For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
More hot air from a certain individual regarding the Millennium Highway project. Bad roads in VA4 North. That is coming for heavy criticism, and in particular the center of this is the MP for that constituency, the island's Health Minister, Moses Jean-Baptiste. Also coming up, we have one William Peter Boulevard vending committee, and we have a St. Lucia Vendors Association. And of course, we have a whole lot more, including your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, that's 716-2026. And Kimani will be going through some of the comments in the chat room. She's on standby because she knows anything can happen at any time. So, there is this individual who says that he's not a policeman, and he also has reason to say that he's not an engineer. But he went on to warn and to say that he will not be in giving instructions, but he would have to interfere. And I'm referring there to the Millennium Highway project, that beleaguered project that I saw, that headache for many of you motorists and also pedestrians. If you have to drive along that road, it's a headache. You're walking on the sidewalk there, heading to the Massey supermarket, heading to cul-de-sac. If you're a pedestrian, it is certainly something that is a hell of a task for you to maneuver. So it affects many people on several fronts. And it's been happening for much too long. And we have heard excuse after excuse. And we have heard from the Prime Minister, we have heard from the Infrastructure Minister, we have heard from the contractors, and all the time we're getting a lot of tough talking. Man, I'm giving you 2 weeks. I'm giving you 3 months to complete this project, otherwise. And now the Prime Minister says that this has to be completed during the course of 2024. Did not say when. He did not give a deadline. So this headache can continue for an inordinate period. For the next 4 months, the next 5 months, the next 6 months, the next 11 months. Goes to show how serious we are in this country when it comes to ensuring that things do not become a habit. Ensuring that we nip things in the bud, whether it is crime, whether it is low economic activity, whether it is bad roads, whether it is noise pollution, problems and at our deficiencies at our health sector, our hospitals. You know, you go to the hospital, I'm told that you have to be on standby, you have to wait for at least, what, no exaggeration, 8, 9, 10 hours before you can be attended to. But let us not stray too far and focus on the Millennium Highway. You have been complaining incessantly. You have complained, you have called on the authorities to address this lingering issue, the non-completion of the highway. The Japanese came, constructed a bridge, left. Yeah, maybe they have constructed at least 24 other bridges. And we have a project that is in limbo. Why? No one can tell us why. No one can give us a specific reason as to why this project has been allowed to delay for so long. But can you count the number of times that you've been promised that something will be done about this problem? So the Prime Minister, I suspect he was speaking earlier today, and that is at a special ceremony, and that ceremony is the PI Bridge ribbon cutting ceremony. And he made reference again to the Millennium Highway.
When the Christmas Eve trough hit, I was on this site, I think, the day after. I think it was probably, I must be frank and tell you, I'm not very pleased with the work on the Millennium Highway. I'm not pleased with it. The government is not pleased with it. The minister is not pleased with it. And this year, we have to take a decisive step to ensure that the work on the Millennium Highway progresses. Because in the final analysis, the people who get blamed, and I make no bones about it, the people who get blamed, although Bradley is not one of them, is the politicians. We are the ones who will get the blame for the Millennium Highway. So the government is not satisfied, is not pleased, and this year we're going to take some decisive steps to ensure that work on that highway continues and finishes. And I'm sure work on the second lot 2, and next week I've summoned the contractors to my office next week, ready to tell them that they will have to shape up. They will have to shape up, they will have to start work, and they will have to take the example of Obi Sadu and begin work. And then I get criticized for when I say I don't interfere in these things. But this time I will not interfere, this time I will instruct. We have to get this road done. We have to complete it. And if we don't complete it, then there will be consequences. Because sometimes politicians, particularly those in government, get blamed for things that are really not beyond their control. They get tremendous blame for it, fairly or unfairly, most times unfairly. So this time, we're not going to be taking any blame for underperformance or any blame for negligence or any blame for people who may have their own motives. So as it relates to the continuation of work on the Millennium Highway and work on the West Coast, we're taking a very strong position on it.
Prime Minister and Minister with responsibility for finance, Mr. Philip J. Pierre, speaking earlier today during the PI Bridge ribbon cutting ceremony. Let's open the lines right now to take your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Kimani, good afternoon to you. You can recall that recently the Prime Minister said that if push comes to shove, then he might have to demonstrate with the minibus drivers.
Someone mentioned it in the chat room
yes,
as well.
Yes, I saw it. That's why. That's what prompted me to ask you that question. Don't you think the time is right for the Prime Minister to demonstrate?
Well, the fruit is ripe for the picking.
What's in the chat room?
In the chat room, someone says, Philip Joseph Pierre, the only people you can fool is the people that can't read and understand. So you need to keep... I can't finish this comment. Another comment in the chat room, someone says, this has nothing to do with the contractors. Pierre seemed to have a chronic problem of lying, and he refuses to tell the people the truth about this project and the laziness of Stephenson King. Let's see, another comment. Trust me, I don't even know if St. Lucia has a prime minister. To me, he doesn't even exist. And another comment, maybe the solution to the deplorable condition of the Millennium Highway is for Pierre to demonstrate with the bus drivers as he said he would. Someone is saying they really like to cut ribbons. Philip, who are you to blame? The people, oh please. That's it.
Thank you so much. 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. So you shouldn't blame those who are in authority. You shouldn't blame our leaders when things go wrong. When, things have been in abeyance, when there's a particular problem that is lingering, crime, poor state of the economy, high unemployment, bad roads. But when things apparently, sometimes in terms of serendipity, by chance, maybe we record a little gain here and there, you ought to praise the politicians. On that basis, you ought to re-elect them into office. Politicians, ruling politicians, must learn to take the good with the bad. The poor roads in this country is as a result of this whole thing being neglected by those who are in authority, and they ought to take responsibility for this. We can't blame ordinary citizens. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Hello. Good afternoon, Timothy Poleon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you. How are you?
I'm good.
Very good.
Okay. Kimani, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Okay. Murphy, instead you go forward, you're going backward. Now, Philip J. Pierre is very long from Marshall. All how I watching him with his Pagala camera that can balance. Backward they're putting the tax on us, our road they're fixing, price of everything going up, and all the man come in and say his father was a policeman, but he's not a policeman. So when you watch the day now, that's why the youths now just going out there, killing one another. They're involved in, there are no police, because all police, they're more busy doing cage work. You see cage work, washing machines, them fellas, them police, more concerned are doing outside work than they're doing their work that they're supposed to do to represent us or to protect us. The only way you've seen police acting is only when a tourist gets mugged, something happened to a tourist. That is the only time you've seen police acting. Their vehicles going on 2 wheels. But them things could only last for 5 years. That's all I'm saying for now. I'll leave it there. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you so much. 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026 and that is 716-2026. And if we cannot blame politicians, ruling politicians and governments when certain things are allowed to fester in this country or go unaddressed, then why should we have a system whereby we elect people into office in the first instance to represent us as MPs, parliamentary representatives, and if the Prime Minister of the day decides to bring them into the cabinet to serve as government ministers? What is your role as an MP? What is your role as a government minister? If not to take certain decisions, certain actions to improve the lives of the people of your constituency, and by extension, in its entirety, the people of St. Lucia. So, the Prime Minister is saying that you blame politicians ruling politicians when things go bad. I think it's a case that he now is in government. He wants to pass the buck. He wants to blame someone else in this particular case in terms of the bad roads in this country, in terms of what has happened or not happened with the Millennium Highway project. Should we blame a market vendor? Should we blame a teacher? Should we blame a police officer? Or should we blame, foremost at the top, the Prime Minister of this country for allowing this to happen for so long? And in the first instance, we have not gotten a clear, decisive statement, an ambiguous statement as to why we have faced this embarrassment of a project. What is the reason? What is at the heart of the problem? The people of this country ought to know. But again, as is the case with most governments in St. Lucia, they do not believe that they owe the citizens an explanation. It is very important that you explain to the people why certain things are happening instead of just making excuses. That certainly is unacceptable. And in an environment we're talking about putting the people first and transparency and all that, you need to demonstrate that you are capable of taking the people in your confidence. And more than that, you are also respectful of the people. You're not pappy showing the people. You do not see the people as imbeciles or people who are illiterate, people who don't understand, people who can be misled on every occasion, on everything. 452-2979. Once again, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Let's see what's happening in the chat room.
Someone says, no, Tim, he should blame Alan Chasney. Another comment. Also, what is the update on the hospital? Someone else says, Mr. PM, praise God you couldn't stop that bridge, and today you can go and cut ribbon. Minister of Pass the Buck, Tim. Almost 3 years and SLP cannot finish a hospital or that simple road project. Excuses and waste talk like a parrot.
I think we have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Second call for the new year. I'm listening, but then I just figure I had to say something. Seriously. But, Tim, you mean to tell me, right now, the problem of our road, we have to blame Timothy Poleon for it? As a media talk show host? Should we blame Timothy and finish with that? I just cannot understand why a man take a position as Prime Minister. I watched last night, there was a clip that I watched from him when he won the election. He said he's ready. He's ready. He's one of the most ready Prime Minister. He will put the people first. He's almost like he's crying. And today now, both Philip JP have foot in the shoes of Prime Minister. And he has no idea. He don't know what to do. He passing the blame on somebody else. Everything in St. Lucia is just chaos. And we begging, like Rick always said, sometimes we beg like karma. We plead in that karma will do something for us one day, so we will be at peace. But the question right now is as to how long can law and citizens of St. Lucia accept the nonsense that is going there with this government? How long can we bear that? The road is in a mess. Nobody wants to do nothing. So don't blame him. The road has nothing to do with him. Crime is at its peak, January 7 murder so far. I had a French already make a statement there, the French ambassador, warning his citizens from visiting St. Lucia. No, that's not his problem. So
I don't think. Hold on, caller. I don't think those diplomats and overseas representatives normally would say that to their citizens. Normally, would say, "Be very careful." It's an advisory. They will never. I don't think we have reached a stage where the French or the American or the Canadian will be saying to their citizens, "Do not travel to St. Lucia." Normally, they would say, "Be very careful."
It's not Lucia. Sorry, I'm careful. Sorry, that's not what I was sorry about. Maybe I was too quick. And then the list goes on. We don't have sugar in that country. We don't have rights, local rights. We don't have this, but we have a minister for commerce, or call it a minister for commerce.
Yeah. I mean, this has been happening, over several months now, for the better part of last year and now into this year. No sugar. And then you'll hear people making excuses. Well, sugar is not good for you. It's very unhealthy. You should learn, to not to exist or to cook and to have your juice, etc. Without sugar. This is unacceptable. Instead of going forward, we are going backward. But we continue to accept it. So,
Tim, I have a lime tree by my home. And I like a little lime juice. And I know you do, you too.
Mm-hmm.
A little lime juice, that going good. You don't do it every day, but once a blue, you would have a meal and have a nice lime juice. And the lime tree load, but Tim, I cannot get sugar, to have a juice.
Mm-hmm. I
cannot get it. Should I blame somebody else for that problem when we have a commerce minister? These days she's not even Granny E. She got a new name, May Young. She's young now, so she has no time to look after the problem of the country. But the thing that baffles me with these people, every month they are getting a salary from the poor taxpayers of this country to pay them. And to see the country going down to the drain, but they are getting the paid, and they don't care whether we call NewsSpin for how many days, pleading to them. We need an urgent assistance on the highway in Canal. No. It's not our business. Anybody can die there. There is nothing that is affecting this government right now. The only thing they're concerned about is to stay in power. The time is running out. It's not too far, because them days you can put $100,000 for 5 years fixed deposit, and in a blink of an eye you can get that back. So time is fastly approaching. And then now, while that is happening, our roads is in a mess. Nothing. Don't blame nobody. This is happening. Nobody. Murder. Don't blame nobody except just to see Labour Party having a jolly time with bodyguards all over the place. The criminals are taking advantage on that. They see certain ministers with 5 police officers, 2 police officers. Every potential candidate Labour Party have that lost the election, having a state vehicle driving with taxpayers are bearing the brunt of that debt, that problem. Adding another insult to injury on the economy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our NewsSpin question of the day: what does the future look like for St. Lucia? And we have some of your comments that you have posted on the NewsSpin Facebook page. Somebody says, the future looks very bright and beautiful for St. Lucia, contrary to any prophet of doom prophecy. I don't believe that there will be a future for St. Lucians under this administration. And somebody says, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. SLP versus UWP. Another comment, praying for my blessed St. Lucia. PJP resign, go out. Another person says, based on the look of things now, there isn't a drastic change. I think the future looks grim. Another comment. I must say I felt hopeful and confident that St. Lucia was on the right path with the projects that the previous administration were undertaking. And you could have seen how they would work together to benefit St. Lucia and make our lives easier. They were more proactive. This government is in a reactive, survival, desperate state. They can't seem to outline a solid plan for anything. They only plan for their piece of the pie. And of course, we have some more of your comments in response to our question of the day. What does the future look like for St. Lucia? Do we have a call? We do. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello? Hello? Hello, good afternoon. Okay, we lost the call. Let me see if I have some more of your messages, this time via WhatsApp. Somebody says there, Tim, when UWP was in office, they didn't want any advice from the SLP. Now they want to come to the SLP and give the Prime Minister. Shaking my head. All right, we have a WhatsApp call. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Hello?
Tim, how are you?
I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah. Tim, I must say, it is just crazy listening to the nonsense with that Millennium Highway. I will not say that the person building the road or in charge of the contract doesn't have experience or lack any experience. But what I find so baffling was the fact that there were no alternative road being constructed so that vehicles could use, so that the process would be faster in terms of building that roundabout to and have the Millennium Highway completed so that that bridge could be connected. Because I saw it that there are times the guys have to stop working to allow traffic to go through, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I saw that, I'm like, really? Like, I mean, I don't build roads, but I've seen roads being built so many times in Toronto, and I can tell you that that's not how it's done, Tim. You know, these guys are wasting a lot of taxpayers' funds, not realizing that when you do that, you're actually putting the country in a bad position, you know. What the second thing, Tim, I want to say is, I have to go back to the people in charge of those departments. I know we tend to always look at the politicians, but Tim, why we have all those departments, Tim, if they're not gonna do their work, Tim? They're the one who's supposed to look over our finances as well, Tim. Mm-hmm. The project is for what's that department? Transportation and whatever it's
Infrastructure.
Infrastructure, right? But yet still all you hear is the politician. If there is an issue, why is it we're not hearing from the PSEs, those in charge of the infrastructure department, to come forward to let the public know why this is prolonging so long? Now the other thing, Tim, we must ask ourselves questions, you know, because we, at the same time that we're upset and we're frustrated with the road not being completed, there may be factors unknown to us, right? That
is why I said earlier on, somebody needs to explain, because it just does not make sense that a project of that nature must face that kind of delay, that kind of disruption.
Correct. Tim, you see that's the problem. They always want us to speculate. Instead of bringing the information to light, they want people to speculate. Tim, I look at this project, and to be honest with you, the only way projects tend to linger around like that, I am in construction myself, is when the whoever is to pay for the project is not paying. Mm-hmm. When monies are being delayed, Tim, you find a lot of construction projects being prolonged. Because monies are not being funded on time, so you find the contractors going and do something elsewhere, taking their workers to other projects. So you'll always get those things happening, and that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that's the case in the Millennium Highway, but Tim, there's a lot of things that are happening there that is not just, that cannot be justified. This has been taken way too long. I mean, how long is the Millennium Highway? About what, 2-3 miles? You know, what is taking it so long to get completed? How much has it cost us? You know, with all those delays. What is the cost overrun on it? You see, these are the things that are unknown to us. And you see, by next year or maybe later this year, Tim, people will be speculating. And that's what the politician like. Thank you very much, Tim.
All
Have
right.
a good day.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. And we continue to hear from those in authority, our governments, that we, a small country, limited resources. But do you realize what is happening, all the wastage that takes place? We talk about corruption, yes. But when those projects delay, they come at a significant cost to the taxpayers of the country. And there are implications for us. The finances that we'll have to expend on the result of that particular delay on the Millennium Highway could have been used for something else. You are watching and listening to the most monitored talk show in the world, and this is NewsSpin right here on Power 97.9. We are also on YouTube. Bad roads, not only in Castries and in Dennery and over in Soufrière, but in Vieux-Fort North as well. We'll be hearing from somebody who recorded the video, and this has gone viral. Stay with us.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbouté at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, Vieux-Fort, 454-6555.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593 or 285-3329. Or send an email to customersupport@lucelec.com for assistance. Call 457-4433 to get bill balances. Use myaccount.lucelec.com for detailed account information and to make online bill payments using a credit or debit card or online bank account. Customers may also take advantage of SurePay's online or walk-in service. Lucelec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
Join us at the KFC Job Fair, Friday, January 26th in Richford Dennery from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. KFC is searching for enthusiastic team members, supervisors, restaurant managers, and delivery drivers, cyclists, and riders. Interviews will be done on site, so make sure to come prepared to join the KFC team and receive exceptional training and amazing benefits. Take this opportunity to shape your future with KFC. See you at the Job Fair in Richford Dennery.
In these modern times, the field of medicine has become so advanced that no one has to suffer any longer before they can be seen by a specialist doctor. La Clinique de Corps is proud to be the only healthcare provider in St. Lucia to offer the best and most experienced specialist doctors who are capable to first correctly diagnose and then successfully treat health conditions such as chronic back pain, spinal injury, sciatica, numbness, lupus, arthritis, joint pain, facial nerve pain, knee, heel, and shoulder pain, cramps, and carpal tunnel syndrome. Also available at La Clinique de Corps, complete nerve tests to detect nerve injury or muscle disease. All health insurances are accepted at La Clinique de Corps. So walk again pain-free with La Clinique de Corps. To book an appointment, please call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950.
the new vibe and the lingo. More upon more so the tingo. Is more wet flow if you didn't know. All these deals is a winner. More upon more wet flow. More data, more talk for sure. More WhatsApp, video, can't stop. Unlimited talk, so you not stop chat.
Flow prepaid combo plans just got better. Loaded with even more data and unlimited talk. Take advantage of WhatsApp and all its features with our new prepaid plans. Unleash your creativity with more social media. Dial *129 $ to activate.
Now that's the new vibe in the lingo. Yes. More upon more, see how the tingo. It's more wet flow, now you really know. Get you now. All these deals make you save more. Get more.
Night Meds is your dependable neighborhood pharmacy. You'll notice that upon entry, you are greeted by caring professional staff, attentive to your every need. Your prescriptions are always treated with a high degree of confidentiality, and we pride ourselves on providing speedy, efficient service. We carry a wide array commonly requested over-the-counter products, and our prices are very competitive. We offer blood pressure testing, blood sugar, and cholesterol testing. We're open to fill your prescriptions Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come visit Sadu's gas station on the Miku Highway or call us at 572-6840 or WhatsApp 461-6840 for more information. Night Meds Pharmacy. We are your community med store.
Can't get a break from all this tax? Head to Automotive Art and get a taxcation. Automotive Art is offering you an ease from VAT and health and safety levy with savings of up to 15% and more. That's right, 15% of all tools, 15% of all accessories, 15% of car detailing, 15% of all rims, 15% of computerized wheel alignment, and 15% and more of selected tires with savings of up to 30% on some sizes. It's Automotive Art Taxcation. Visit us at Automotive Art at Vidbuchai Castries and Latuni Vieux today and enjoy a taxcation. Offer valid for limited time. Some conditions apply. See stores for details.
So we have a video that's gone viral, and not for the first time, but on this occasion, the focus is being put on the bad roads in a section of the Vieux North constituency. Who do you blame for that? Well, just blame some ordinary individual over in that part of the island for the deplorable state of the roads. Don't blame the MP. Do not dare blame the infrastructure minister or the ministry, and also do not blame the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. So the guy is giving his own commentary in unique St. Lucian style.
Gashi me set tisi, lani gouvernement, lani ministers, Moussa ka les f***ing up lanse moun la. Whereby Moussa ka fe, nou gani pou vote Moussa out tout ça, vey. Pou Moussa pa honte, se si me o te patch, se suen na man. Misa coupe tout f***ing mwen ka. Aspe Moussa ka fe sa, e fe sa misi. Am so ka still vote Moussa, wey. Zo pa honte vote Moussa. Ve l'Etat chime gwas.
So that's Grace V4, and reference being made to the MP, Mr. Moses Jabati. Let's continue with your calls at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. WhatsApp message, somebody says, Tim, all over the world, projects are managed by certified project managers whose goals are to complete on time and on budget. Why is the term cost overrun always applied to government projects? Let's see. I think we have a call. Let me turn my attention to that contributor. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Yes, good afternoon, Tim.
Good afternoon, T. Caller.
Good
afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
There's something happening in our community, and we are very, very concerned about it.
Which community?
The government is embarking on a project called geothermal energy. Now, they want to drill.
Which community,
the community
please?
I'm talking about is community of Myers Bridge. That's Belle Plaine, Myers Bridge, and Font Saint-Jacques.
Okay.
Now they want to drill. They want to drill to see if they can get a branch of the volcano so they can create electricity. Now, Tim, the people in the area, they are unhappy with what the government is trying to do because they don't know what's going to happen to their lives, what's going to happen to their health, and what's going to happen if they have to place them somewhere else. But I'm more concerned about Belle Plaine, which is in Myers-Bridge. Where the people want to drill, Tim, there is a natural spring water in that area. And that spring water has served the whole community of Belfort, Myers-Bridge, Victoria. In those days when we did not have pipe water. So we are calling on the government, please reconsider. Because, Tim, when the people drill that spring, the chemical they're using to drill, that is going to poison the water, Tim. And we are very concerned about this. You understand? I remember they don't want people to cut trees because they're saying that if they cut the trees, it's going to affect the spring. But now they are coming to drill where the spring is. And whatever they're going to do is going to poison the water, Tim. You understand? And the people in the area, they are very concerned and they are asking the government to stop it. We are not happy with what they're going to do there, Tim. I remember many years ago, Tim, they did the same thing in Etangs. They drill Etangs, they drill Belfort, and they also drill in the Silver Spring. They could not get anything. I don't know, apparently there was some gas in the Silver, whatever, so they had to abandon the project. Tim, the people went and the people buried all the chemicals in that ground. And you know now all these lands are wasteland, Tim. Wasteland, people cannot use it. They cannot plant anything on that land. And now they want to come and do the same thing in Belle Plaine, close to a spring water. And we are not happy about that. And that's why I am talking. Because we want the government to reconsider and to stop it. What I'm saying is, where are the people who care about the environment? And the worst thing is, Tim, the people have not even come to people's homes to see how this is going to affect the people. Last Wednesday, they had a meeting at Myers-Bridge, at a town hall, at a dance hall. Tim, it was raining so much. People could not come out to that meeting, Tim. You understand? Mm-hmm. Now, and it was only 6 or 8 people that were at the meeting. Now, the people who are at the meeting are not the people who are living in the area. So we are very concerned, especially with that spring water, that natural spring water we have there. We never know what's going to happen tomorrow if we don't have to go back to that spring. And when they come and poison the water, all of us are going to be in trouble. Thank you, Tim. I just want the government to know that we are unhappy and we want them to stop what they are doing. Thank you, Tim.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Well, you have to ask the question again. Where is the representatives of the people? Or where are the representatives of the people? For example, the MP for that constituency, Miss Emma Hippolyte. And apart from politicians, you ought to have community leaders, people who can represent the interest of the other residents in the community that they live. Because this particular issue that this caller highlighted seemed to be something that is very serious, especially according to her, when you're talking about the use of chemicals. That's something we do not really focus on. The use of insecticides and herbicides and the impact they could have on the environment. So this needs to be taken seriously. We have another call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim. How you doing, my brother?
I am okay, caller. How about you?
Welcome back, my brother. I hope you had a good holiday.
It was very good.
Yeah, cool, man. I good, Tim. Tim, what the lady said, she is 100% right. This is John Compton. They were trying to do the same thing in the Sulphur Spring and the rung of the Sulphur Spring. Tim, that did not work. That did not work. That burned people's their provision, their food and everything. So Tim, yeah, I'm from Sufra. I know what she's talking about. I support her 100%. You know, because what the Labour Party is trying to do there is because of political thing to see if they can get votes. Tim, that is not right. That is not good. Because when they start that thing the first time, Tim, the first time they started it, I think, is in the 70s, late something so, you know. And when they was doing it, Tim, that used to send all stones and every debris and everything. So when they saw that, Tim, they had to stop the project completely. You know, they had to stop the project completely. And that government wants to start that thing again, which, as the lady said, Tim, we don't want that to continue in Sufra. I'm calling on Philip J. Pierre and his saga to stop that immediately because we don't want that. Because the lady speak, what she said there, that is true. 100% I supported her. I'm telling you, Tim, because I know about it. I was a little boy in Sufra still, you know, before I came up to Castries. You know? So I support the lady positively on what she's saying there. That is my thing for the moment.
Okay, thank you so much. So the fact that those two people have taken to NewsSpin to highlight their concern with this particular project, on that basis alone, I think the authorities should try to hold some meetings, have consultation with the residents of that area. But leading the charge, in most instances, leading the charge would be your MP, your parliamentary representative, who has to represent your interest. And we hope that Ms. Emma Hippolyte will look into this as soon as possible. We have another call. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, team. How are you?
I am okay, caller. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, team. How are you?
I am okay, sir. Good afternoon.
I'm Kimani.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you, Kimani?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Timothy.
Yes, sir.
When we have a problem when the former administration was there.
Mm-hmm.
We have a problem. Now this administration, we have a problem. So it wasn't of the party that Aaron Alexander represents, the Green Party. Was usually the Green Party.
I don't think it's part of the Green Party anymore. He has abandoned the carers.
We abandoned.
He has abandoned the carers.
Oh, she tried the blue. the blue. How about the blue? We try another one, another party, because yellow wasn't working, red not working, so we try another one, you know? Create another one. We should create another one. Maybe you should create one, you know, Yon Kimani. Create another one, you know?
What, call it the
party, you know?
The NewsSpin party?
Yeah, NewsSpin party.
Your NewsSpin party.
You mean you wouldn't join?
Yeah,
you not want to be part of such a party?
Vote. You get a lot of votes, trust me.
But Kimani, come on.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Come on, Kimani. You have to believe in something, and if you on this broadcast and we decide to have a NewsSpin party, you have to be part of this particular venture. I mean, represent women, represent the young people, and of course represent a particular constituency. You know, that's how movements start. You know, it starts with a talk show. It starts with an NGO. So this call, I think, is up to something. Just maybe we will have to implement his recommendation. Have a NewsSpin party. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Does the Bureau standard still exist?
It does. Yes.
Okay. But do they ever check the quality of material that's been used to pave the roads?
For this one, I do not know, caller. I do not know. I don't know if that. I don't know if that is within their remit.
Does infrastructure even check what they're putting on the road? I mean, look at it. They patch a hole this week. It's back next week. That just pissing money away, of course. Now, case in point, look at right by the market. Okay, tell me that whatever was used there was good, other than maybe some dirt that they mix some bitumen with, or good, or whatever we call it. Wasco dug a big crater out there, a big hole to fix the pipe right in the corner of the market on Jeremy Street, right? about 3 weeks ago.
About that, yes.
Yeah, they patched it. Well, that wasn't a patch. They replaced the section of the road, right? A big section of it. It wasn't a whole they patched. They replaced a big section of the road. Go there and drive there right now and see the condition of what they just did. What are they using to fix that? What kind of material they're using? Is there any standard? Is there any quality control on that? What does infrastructure, what does the ministry, they have nobody checking what they're putting on the road? It's like the crap that they put on Marshall Road on the first layer that we were complaining about until they completed it. So maybe they're using that underlayer quality of material to patch holes in the road. No wonder the roads are bad. They're patching a hole this week, and we all know that. By 2 weeks later, the hole is back. Or do they use compactors, whatever they're doing? There should be some kind of standard in the place, because that's really a waste of money. So the government can't have money to keep doing that all the time, over and over and over and over again. Somebody needs to be held accountable for the quality of material. I wish they would investigate. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. There has to be a science and scientific method that can be utilized to ensure durable. The lifespan can be what? I don't know what is the normal lifespan, what it should be. But somebody has to look into this, because you cannot have a situation where millions of dollars over several decades, now billions of dollars, are being utilized to construct new roads, to rehabilitate roads, and we still have the same results, that of poor roads in many parts of the island. So we cannot continue to do the same thing over and over. Being cognizant of the outcome, being aware of the reality of this particular problem persisting, and yet still not wanting to get to the heart of the issue and to come up with some kind of solution to that particular issue. We have a call, do we? 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. I think we have a WhatsApp call. Good afternoon, you're on the air. Hello?
Good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, good afternoon to you, caller.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
I want to say, Timothy, yesterday I went to the St. Jude Hospital. I had an appointment there. The last time I was there is a little less than 3 months. So I used to go like for checkup routine every 3 months, sometime a little less. When I went yesterday, all the different services were raised. Everything I was doing, I had to pay $10 more. So if I had to do 4 different things, I had to pay $40. I find we are paying, they're charging us the levy, which is the health and security levy. Okay, that's extra money coming from our pockets in different aspects, in using the phones, buying the credit and whatever. And then to go yesterday and to find out that all of these different tests, even the visit, is $10 more, I was not pleased. And I find these people need to be really thinking about the public, thinking about the citizenry. So I said I have to call you and let you know. Yesterday at St. Jude Hospital, that's what I encountered. As a matter of fact, the little mask, disposable mask that they have, I forget to bring mine. And I went to buy one. I know when COVID just started, they were selling them for $5. But after a while, it went down.
Yeah.
And people were selling them like for $1. Okay? Even now, if people have them, it's like $1. I don't know if any sell for 2 and so. At St. Jude yesterday, when I had to buy it, was $2 for one. A lady came right behind me. She went to the other person to pay. She wanted 2. when she this $4, it looked like she didn't have the $4 to buy. She just take one, but she wanted two. So it looked like she wanted one for somebody else. Because it was no raise and nobody say anything. Nothing came on the ear, nothing, in the paper, whatever. I find that's very bad, very poor.
Is
Okay,
that
so
a
that's
deposit?
Timothy.
Was it a deposit that you had to make? A deposit, or you think?
No, it's not a deposit. Like to see the doctor, okay? To fill the appointment. I used to pay 20 before, now it was 30.
Okay.
I had to do a test. I used to pay 15 before, it's now 25. Okay? That kind of thing talking about. Not the deposit of $20, no.
Okay.
And so I'm looking at whatever one wants to be done there now. It's more money you have to pay. It's not like before the last time I went. If I have to take let's say a urine test, it's gonna cost more. Because even before I went to pay for the visit, I told the nurse, I'm sure it gone up because the experience for the test, it went up, the blood test, $10 extra. And when I went to pay for the visit, it was $10 more too. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Where are you calling from, by the way?
Viewport.
Okay.
Right in Viewport.
Okay, caller. All right. Thank you so much for calling, ma'am.
Okay.
Why I did ask the question about the deposit, Kimani, is because I don't know if you can recall, sometime last year, St. Jude Hospital did inform members of the public that they would have to make an increase in the deposit effective November the 1st for medical services.
Yes,
so it's a case where this lady is saying it's not a deposit, but basically it is an increase in the cost of the various services.
You may have to investigate that, Tim.
Yeah. So it is a dilemma that people are facing in this country on so many fronts. Increasing the cost of living, the cost of fuel is an issue, cost of items at the supermarkets, cost of health care. This certainly is not encouraging. It is discouraging people from going to the various health institutions, to pay for those kind of services. And in most instances, such services ought to be subsidized by the state. And yet still we're saying, take care of yourself, eat healthy, vegetables are costly. Go to the private, public health institution, the increase of those services, it's certainly proving to be beyond the means of ordinary citizens.
So it's like you're getting hit on all fronts.
Definitely. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. We have a call. Good afternoon, NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm okay, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
All right. Tim, I noticed they're using a well-known company to fix our road.
Yes, caller, I'm listening to you.
He's the only person that getting the contract to fix our road. But I noticed they fixed the road somewhere in Denry there. And when was that? I was going up to Castries, and I noticed the road is the same way. They pave it nicely, and it's not even a month yet. The road is already in a deplorable state.
Well, what's new, caller? We continue to hear people complain about just about the same thing, and we continue to hear the same explanation being provided by the authorities. In some cases, no explanation at all. So, what are we going to do about this?
Well, Tim, we are sometimes when you speak, Tim, in this country, people give you a flabo, you a labor. But what happened then? We are paying a road tax. So what is it the government doing with our the money that we pay, the road tax? You cannot take people money and use it like this, Tim. Because if you hire somebody to build a road or to renovate the road or whatever they have to do, they have to make sure that they use the right material on the road. Because I am pretty sure that the government paying paying this company millions of dollars.
And who has to supervise that project? Foremost, I think it is the chief engineer in the Ministry of Infrastructure.
Yes, but what I'm saying again, that is what, you see, these people just getting paid with for nothing. They just sit in the office doing nothing. You cannot do that in this country. You know, too many things are going, I mean, it's not right. It's not right. You cannot be paying for a job and you just sit in your office under whose supervision?
Well, obviously, caller, we have to change our tactics. I don't know what we ought to be doing, but to hold the authorities accountable, to ensure that whenever things of that nature are occurring and we complain, that something is done about it within a reasonable time frame, because in the main, we are the ones who are being impacted in one way or the other. In the case of the roads, you have to now travel on those roads. In the case of the taxpayers, you are the ones who are financing those projects, and you have to ensure that whatever finances that you are, a contribution that you are making towards this pool of finances, that they are well utilized.
Yes, I agree with you, Tim. But what I'm saying again, if you give a company, I would mention the company name. If you give a company name, that company, I noticed they have a lot of experience. They have built many roads all over, all in the Eastern Caribbean. What I'm saying again, if they give the government give you a job, you're supposed to be. I don't think these people. Why is the professionalism? You understand? I mean, it's not too long ago that these people they give these people that big job. It's not for $5 they build in that. That is a road, and the road is already in a mess.
Okay, caller. Thank you so much. Appreciate your contribution. But the Prime Minister is in no position to intervene because he says he's not an engineer. And the Prime Minister made that disclosure as if we did not know he's not an engineer. He made that disclosure at a particular ceremony earlier today, and that is the PI Bridge ribbon cutting ceremony.
When the Christmas Eve trough hit, I was on this site, I think, the day after. I think it was probably Christmas holiday or the day after. And this bridge was totally gone. It was totally gone, and people had to pass across, and we had to be conducting traffic and putting stones, and the staff of the Ministry of Infrastructure were there. They hadn't done anything for Christmas. It was really sad. People had to fight to get water from there and still have to pass across. And that happened in after the Christmas Eve trough. Then during that same time, we had to put a Bailey Bridge there. And that Bailey Bridge again was put by the staff of the Ministry of Infrastructure. And I remember the critics, as usual, making a fun out of it when we bought these Bailey Bridges as the Minister of Infrastructure. We bought the Bailey Bridges. And then it was also a joke because no one believed that the bridge could go up in a few days. And we really have to applaud the staff of the Ministry of Infrastructure at that time. Up to now, I want to give them a round of applause because they worked tirelessly all evening. And I was the minister. I didn't stay all evening, but I used to be there. Not playing engineer, but just there providing some moral support. Not giving instructions, I could not. I'm not an engineer. I have absolutely no claim to engineering except at my home when I scrub my steps.
Prime Minister with responsibility for finance, Philip J. Pierre, speaking earlier today during the PI Bridge ribbon cutting ceremony. I'm no engineer, other than, from time to time when I clean my steps. We continue with your calls at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Somebody's taking you to task. Kimani, why did you look so afraid of the thought of a NewsSpin party? In my opinion, it might be a pathway for change in the political arena. Do we have a call? Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Yeah. Hi, James.
Good afternoon to you.
And how are you, sir?
I'm okay. How about you?
Well, I'm good. Welcome back.
Thank you so
much money on my phone, so I am just first-time caller.
Things are hard in St. Lucia. I don't expect you to have money on your phone caller, but continue.
Jim, I have a problem with CCC.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work there, and in 2022, they dropped some of us. Now, it happened they pay us some money, but with the union, they had a back pay to pay. Now, they pay all the workers that work in, but the people that send home, they pay some of them, and every time we go for the people they don't pay yet, they tell you this, they'll call you. That happened from since November last year. Up to this day, I am not getting it. And Kim, I am tired, so I decided to put this. I decided to tell you about it, so you can inform about it, and I'll listen to you on the air.
Are you represented by the National Workers Union caller?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So we hope that, quite apart from you taking to NewsSpin to highlight this problem, that the National Workers Union, great trade union in St. Lucia, representing the interests of their members and daily paid workers, etc., will move with haste as far as attending to this particular concern that you just highlighted on our broadcast this afternoon. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, Tim. Good afternoon, Kimani.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon.
And good afternoon to the world. I am in my vehicle, so the system, the call goes to the system.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Tim, I would like to wish you and Kimani, first of all, and your viewers, your listeners, good health, prosperity, happiness, blessings, joy, everything for the year. But I am not going to say Happy New Year, because we are not happy in St. Lucia. Those who are happy, thank God for them. Tim, I remember, are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tim, I remember I called you in November of 2023. The beginning of November 2023. I should have the date written down in my archives because I'm not home now. When I complained about a damaged pipe that causing water to be leaking on the road in T-Bond. I am Dr. Secret, everybody knows my voice. Tim, up to a day like today, the 20, how much it is?
Today's the 24th.
24th day of January. Wasco have not paid any attention. And you know what is happening, Tim? I think I spoke to you the last time we met by our regular place. I don't have to mention that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Tim, every weekend the people of Simon suffering for water. Instead of Wasco repair the pipe, they're closing down the pipe, the water, from Friday. We don't have water Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and maybe on Monday they will send. I want to ask Wasco a question. What have Timon people done to them for them to be so cruel and wicked to Timon people? Tim, I know what I'm telling you. I lived at Timon for almost, I think this year, it's 40 years already, January. So I know Timon, okay? And I am asking Wasco to tell us, I am not saying please, tell us what Timon people have done to you all. For every weekend, you are shutting down the water and not repairing the pipe. Now, I know what will happen afterwards, Tim, because I know some of road work. The water that is filtering under the road, it is just waiting for a heavy-duty vehicle to come up there, and bang, the whole road is going to be destroyed. So Wasco have to pay attention to that. Number two, somebody sent me a video from Newport North, especially Grace, where I have my relatives. Tim, I have never seen that road in my 61 years of age. I have never seen that Grace Road in that condition. And it's getting worse. But I am not surprised that Musa will not do anything with the road. Because follow the leader, and his leader is the Prime Minister Philip Jetier. If Massa remains in that condition for so many years, I am not surprised that Musa will not do anything for the people of Newport North that is voting for him all the time. Tim, I will give somebody else a chance. But I want you to ask Wasco, and when you get the reply, the answer, you can call me, you have my number. Wasco, what is it that Simon people has done to you all for you all to be doing that kind of cruelty to to us. Water is life, and water is wasting. And instead of fixing it, you are just closing life on people. That is all for now.
All right. Thank you so much. Kimani, we have something in the chat room to report on?
Someone says to give Dr. Secret this number, 4820152.
That's 482
0152.
0152. All right, maybe that's a number for Wasco to report on leaks. Okay, coming up on the broadcast, of course, some more of your calls and, of course, your WhatsApp messages. We'll be hearing from an individual who's complaining about the Boulevard Vending Committee. Imagine you have a Boulevard Vending Committee and you also have a St. Lucia Vendors Association. This is the one and only NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM as well as on YouTube and our NewsSpin Facebook page.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
So fast pay, a new and easy way to pay. So fast pay, so fast pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So fast pay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. So fast pay, so fast pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Lucilec's remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, or 285-3329. Or send an email to customersupport@lucelec.com for assistance. Call 457-4433 to get bill balances. Use myaccount.lucelec.com for detailed account information and to make online bill payments using a credit or debit card or online bank account. Customers may also take advantage of SurePay's online or walk-in service. Lucelec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Join us at the KLC Job Fair, Friday, January 26th in Richford Dennery from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. KLC is searching for enthusiastic team members, supervisors, restaurant managers, and delivery drivers, cyclists, and riders. Interviews will be done on site, so make sure to come prepared to join the KLC team and receive exceptional training and amazing benefits. Take this opportunity to shape your future with KFC. See you at the Job Fair in Richford Dennery.
In these modern times, the field of medicine has become so advanced that no one has to suffer any longer before they can be seen by a specialist doctor. La Clinique de Corps is proud to be the only healthcare provider in St. Lucia to offer the best and most experienced specialist doctors who are capable to first correctly diagnose and then successfully treat health conditions such as chronic back pain, spinal injury, sciatica, numbness, lupus, arthritis, joint pain, facial nerve pain, knee, heel, and shoulder pain, cramps, and carpal tunnel syndrome. Also available at La Clinique de Corps, complete nerve tests to detect nerve injury or muscle disease. All health insurances are accepted at La Clinique de Corps. So walk again pain-free with La Clinique de Corps. To book an appointment, please call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950.
Automotive art is a place to start. Automotive art is a place to start.
Yeah, look, check. We got a wide range of products that are automotive and do-it-yourself supplies if you got a moment. Smart staff that'll always know it. Got rims and tires from trucks to high performance to off-roading. Start hair tools, batteries, oil, and car care.
Automotive art is a place to start.
So we have a Boulevard Vending Committee. And we have a clip featuring the president of that committee, Cicely Alexander. What has happened is that over the last few days, the Castries Constituencies Council has informed the vendors in the boulevard that they can no longer ply their trade daily. So they cannot do that between Monday and Wednesday. That is as of Monday of this week. They can only occupy the boulevard between Thursday and Saturday. Now, for me, this is an issue that should have been discussed between the CCC, Castries Constituencies Council, and the St. Lucia Vendors Association. But a special committee has been set up, the Boulevard Vending Committee. For me, this is very suspicious because the entity that should have been consulted on this, that is for me within their jurisdiction, whether you like Peter Aipa Isaac or not, is the St. Lucia Vendors Association. So if there is, for example, some other issue on another street in St. Lucia, let's say Upper Brazil Street, do you set up a Brazil Vending Committee or Labrie Street Vending Committee? It sets a Jeremy Street Vending Committee. It sets a dangerous precedent. And who knows? It might be a case of trying to sideline the St. Lucia Vendors Association, causing them to be irrelevant because they cannot see eye to eye with certain officials of that organization, and they believe they can have their way on entities and individuals or part of entities that are set up in a haphazard manner. So let us hear from the president of the Boulevard Vending Committee.
Well, from last year, we had a dialogue with CCC, and they told us that's what they would be doing because of the influx of vendors on the sidewalk, and the people are complaining about the space we are taking in on the sidewalks because some of the vendors don't follow protocol. Although the mayor have been very nice in allowing us, spaces, even though she's getting all those complaints.
So you just heard there from the Boulevard Vending Committee president, and this clip extracted from NBC. Let us hear from Peter Rasaipa Isaac. He called the broadcast yesterday and speaking on this same issue.
In fact, someone from, who has the position of facility supervisor or manager have went into influence or cause the people to set up what you call a boulevard vendors committee. That committee, as he was saying to me, that the people don't want to be a member of the vendors association. Although I know for sure we have something like about 6 vendors in this boulevard who are members of the vendors association, including the assistant secretary of the vendors association.
But the gentleman described the area as an area where they have a committee, and the committee doesn't want to be, people don't want to be part of the of the vendors association. We were never notified of the existence of that committee. We only heard about it.
President of the St. Lucia Vendors Association, Peter Rasaipa Isaac, let's turn our attention to your calls. Hello, somebody's holding on. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim. This is Siobhan Alfred, the communications manager for the National Insurance Corporation.
So you're calling to tell me that finally the NIC has decided that they will be advertising on NewsSpin. That's what you're telling me.
I am bravely calling, knowing that you're going to chastise me about that.
And you're telling me that this has been discussed. It is under consideration.
We've had a discussion, me and you.
No. I want you to have that discussion with the officials at the NIC. Not with me.
Don't worry, Tim. We got you covered like Caribbean vessels.
Okay, Siobhan, go ahead.
Yes, Tim. I hope you will indulge me for a brief moment so that we could share some important information with our valuable NIC retirement pensioners. As you are aware, the last time I spoke to you and you chastised me, I called to inform you that NIC had launched the Golden Citizens Program, where we work hand in hand with businesses throughout St. Lucia to negotiate and to get discounts for our retired pensioners. And so today we have begun to issue our pensioners with those valuable gold, what we're calling gold cards. Those cards they will be using to go to those businesses to be able to access and take advantage of those discounts and goods and services. So we began today at the NIC waterfront in Castries. We will be doing that today and tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So that's today, Wednesday, and tomorrow, Thursday, NIC waterfront. And on Friday, we move down to Vieux-Fort at Independence Square in Vieux-Fort to give them an opportunity down there as well to register. And next week, Monday, January 29, we're going over to Soufrière at the Soufrière bus terminal. So, of course, the time remains the same, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we just want to say as well that the Gold Card is an initiative only for NIC retirement pensioners and also for registered members of the St. Lucia Association of Retired Persons. And we're asking our pensioners when they're coming down to NIC, please walk with a form of identification, a government-issued national ID. So, Tim, we were encouraging all our pensioners to save the dates, check out our social media as well, if they're not sure what the dates are, but it's today and tomorrow at the waterfront. And we've seen quite a few pensioners already coming this morning to take advantage of the card. Of course, they're eager to take advantage of the benefits that we are providing them. Organizations are giving discounts anywhere between 2 and 20%, along with other special considerations for our pensioners as well. So it's one way that we're using the system to be able to support the NIC pension, and so that the pension can go a long way, a longer way, in fact. And also we want to say thank you, to our pensioners for the many years of contributions to building and developing our nation. Tim?
Okay. Thank you so much, Siobhan Alfred of the NIC. It pays to be a pleasant individual. All right? So Siobhan is a pleasant individual, a likable individual, so we can tolerate him using NewsSpin to publicize this initiative of the National Insurance Corporation. But under different circumstances, you think I would allow the NIC to use this platform to make announcements, and you listen to the other shows and they have decided to place their ads there. So every month, we not call certain institutions, certain television stations and radio stations where they place their commercials, and they pay them every month, they settle their bill, etc. But NewsSpin, a freeness. But I'm doing this only because
it's Siobhan.
Siobhan Alfred, not only because it's Siobhan Alfred, but he is a pleasant individual. So you must know who you're hiring to do your PR for you. All right? Kimani, what's in the chat room?
In the chat room, someone says, Tim, why is it that the consulate in Martinique is not functioning online. It's been over 2 months. Our citizens who live there are waiting for responses from the government to renew their documents and no information forthcoming.
It's functioning online because Shazi gets to call the various talk shows and online on Facebook and so on. It's functioning.
Another comment, the CCC paid $450,000 to demolish the CDC, but they can't pay all. Tim, the Prime Minister, will have to let us know what his expertise is, since he is not a police, he's not an engineer. Laypersons who are not professionals in that field have an eye for detail, so he has to give us some guidance as to what he can do. Another comment, quality control is a big problem. Taking a bridge is another issue. Someone says, oh yes, you used to pay $20 for follow-up, now it's $30 at St. Jude. Another comment, based on current issues, it is evident that the SLP government is not quality-oriented. They are making bad decisions for certain projects which result in a tremendous waste of time and money. Someone says the contractors know they won't be held accountable, so they use the shortcuts that will not pass on a private project, will pass on a government project.
WhatsApp message, I'm endorsing Kimani for candidate in the next election. Denry South. Kimani for Denry South. What say you, Tim? What I endorse
Denry
this.
North.
I endorse it. Oh, Denry North.
Denry North.
Okay.
Someone says, I worked with him. He is really just a pleasant individual, referring to Siobhan Alfred. Another comment, that's why all those cancers in our communities now, referring to the caller who spoke about the issue in Soufrière-Fonsac.
So correction there, PI Bridge ribbon cutting ceremony was not today, it was yesterday, according to a WhatsApp message.
Someone says, Tim, I will hold the media responsible if this doesn't become a major news story, again referring to the issue in Soufrière-Fonsac. Auntie Emma is in a secret meeting. Tim, remember that movie Missing in Action? So that's our ministers. Emma is busy looking for sugar she can't find. Far less be a rep to the people. Someone is asking, where is the National Trust in all this? PM PJP said he will use 2 buildings from the box. I thought the box is 1 building. Can someone please enlighten me? Tim, is the box 1 building?
I think it's 1 structure, but maybe he's using 2 parts of the building.
People actually voted PJP as Prime Minister. I guess they never knew Marsha existed because a man that is the caretaker for the past 25 years has a constituency in such a mess. What the heck were you all expecting from him? It's just like you to have a 1-bedroom house and it's always dirty, and then you want to go and live in a 6-bedroom mansion with the same nasty mentality. Well, that's PJP. Don't expect anything different for the country. The problem is this government is running into is social media. Gone are the days when people just had to grin and bear things. Thanks to the internet, citizens from St. Lucia living all over the world can see what's going on and call and let their voices be heard. Nothing is hidden anymore and people are more vocal than ever. The calls for transparency for everything are getting louder and louder.
Somebody says there via WhatsApp, whoever constructed the road between Soufrière and VA4 should be given the contract to fix the roads island-wide. This Soufrière VA4 road has been intact for years after it was constructed and has little to no potholes.
Another comment in the chat, someone says, yes, caller, but the problem is the public service has allowed the politicians to interfere with non-policy decisions. Now they have a say in who to hire, which contractor, etc. Nonsense. There is no accountability with Philip J. Pierre. Soon Pierre will blame the Balawu vendors pushing their carts for the deplorable condition of the Millennium Highway. Someone says, so Tim, what about the people that need sugar to make a living, like bakers, local juice vendors, etc.? Tim, you won't believe it, but my business is on a go-slow, actually on pause as a result of no sugar. Bakeries can't make cakes.
I mean, go to the supermarket. As far as I'm seeing on the shelves, no brown sugar and also no white sugar, so no sugar at all. All right, somebody has theorized why the K9 unit was disbanded. That's a contribution that was made on Monday's edition of NewsSpin.
Not too long after the bus, they had that container of drugs, which is still under investigation. Remember, that container of drugs is just up in the air. A few weeks after that container of drugs, they got a guy with his car driving, and he had drugs on it, and in bodily, all I believe in bodily, all now. But then, and I made the point that the reason why they don't want the dogs is because the dogs cannot distinguish between bossman drugs and little boss drugs. When you have a dog, the dog cannot distinguish who's the boss, whose drugs it's supposed to bust, and whose drugs it cannot bust. It's not allowed to bust. So you know what? We will just scrap the whole dog thing. That's just a theory. That's a theory. I'm not accusing nobody.
Caller to Monday's NewsSpin broadcast. And finally from us, our NewsSpin news of the day. Israel proposes 2-month fighting pause in Gaza for release of all hostages. Israel proposes 2-month fighting pause in Gaza for release of all hostages. Our NewsSpin news of the day. That's the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We continue with our new season of Newsmaker Live. It commences this evening. Imagine talking about Kimani, the 28th season of Newsmaker Live tonight. You were not born yet when this broadcast came on the air just before the May 1997 general election.
I wasn't even a thought in my mom's head.
Right. So it continues tonight, 8:30 on DBS television, and we'll be focusing on the income tax, the tax bill, the tax draft bill. Okay, the tax draft bill will be discussed this evening on Newsmaker Live at 8:30, so join me then. My name is Timothy Poleon. As always, thank you so much for watching and listening to the most monitored talk show in the world. Goodbye.